Let's sing together. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat Shabbat, Shabbat Shabbat shalom, Shabbat Shabbat, Shabbat Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So great to be together again. It's been a few weeks. And I'm really glad to be together and to share Shabbat evening with you, to welcome Shabbat together in song, in praise, and prayer, to bring our voices together, to uplift our own spirit and the spirit of those around us. If we can't do that, well, then we're doing something wrong. If you'll turn back to page 120 and 121 in the Siddur, we'll light the Shabbat candles together to begin the service. Who's lighting tonight? Who's on? Are you lighting? Yeah, sure. No, it's good.
Okay, all right. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Amen. Le'adlik ner, shel Shabbat. Page 132. Or zaru ala tzadik, ole Yisrael simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik, ole Yisrael simcha. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vehodu lezecher kodsho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vehodu lezecher kodsho. Or zarua latzadik, ule Yisrael simcha. Or zarua latzadik, tzadik uleishre lev tichar שימחו צדיקים באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו שימחו צדיקים באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו איי לי 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 Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Good to 135 at the bottom of the page. Romemu. Romemu means to lift up. It's a call, actually. It's in the plural. It's in the command form. Romemu, O you, assembled. Romemu Adonai Elenu, lift God up. That's what we're trying to do. Our spirit should be designed to find that spark, something within us which we connect with God and God's Spirit, and to lift that up. That's how you lift God's Spirit up, is you lift your own spirit up. And the part of it which is animated by God, we lift that part of our spirit up. And we do that through song, through joyful singing and through making a noise and singing these ancient words of the Psalms. Romemu together. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Lai 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 lai. Ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 I la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 la. Bit, huh? That just means you have to sing louder, man. Well, let's face it, it can be hard, right? Like, spirit can be heavy. It carries everything. So if you're carrying something heavy, it's very hard to have your spirit lifted. That's why we got to sing louder. Really, I wish there were a shortcut or a simple thing, like some magic thing you could do to raise your spirit up. But one of the surest things, I think, is to pray and to sing joyfully together. Through the heavy, through the difficult, and to bring holiness in that way. All right, let's sing Lecha Dodi 138. Should we do the whole thing? Yeah? Anybody, foundationally opposed to doing the whole thing? I don't know why. Why not? Let's do the whole thing. It's 9 verses. My short little editorial is, it's too long, right? 7 would have been like sweet. It's the sweet spot, right? 9, no, it's too many. But I didn't write it, so who am I to criticize? When my poetry makes it into the Siddur for centuries, I'll be on solid ground. But so I don't mind singing a shortened version of it. But it really is. It's wonderful poetry, although it's kind of tongue-breaking Hebrew sometimes. Don't let that bother you. It's just a thing, right? It's just sing it more, and that's why we have the transliteration. So let's sing all 9, and let's just pace ourselves. We don't have to rush through it. Anybody got anywhere they need to be, like, urgently? No? Good. Lecha dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Let's do that again. lecha dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור ודיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת, לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התנערי, עפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קורבה אל נפשי גאלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, 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 כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי, לא תבושי, לא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי, בך יחסו עניי ימי, ונבנתה עיר על תלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. והיו למשיסה שוסייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יספיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמסוס חתן חתן על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה. We stand. פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת מעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Turn the page, 141 in the middle, 6 lines from the bottom. Mi kolod Mayim Rabim Adirim, Mishberei Yam Adir Bamarom Adonai, Edotecha Nemnu Levet Chanav HaKodesh Adonai Leorech Yamim. All right. That was nice, the whole thing, right? It's just... Okay. Shalom Aleichem on page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We turn the page and stand for the Chatzi Kaddish, 144. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהא שמך במבורך, לעולם לעולמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך, וישתבח, ויתפאר, ויתרומם, ויתנשא, ויתהדר, ויתעלה, ויתהלל, שמי דקודשא בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא, ואמרו amen. Let's turn the page again. Prepare for the Baruch Hu. Yai la 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 yai la la yai la 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 yai la 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 yai la 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 la yai la 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 yai la 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 Yai la 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 yai la 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 Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. You can be seated. Together the English in the middle of page 148. What we're going to do is we're going to say the English and the English blessing. Then I'm going to go up about 6 lines in the Hebrew, chant the end of the Hebrew passage, and we'll all say the Hebrew blessing together. Okay, we're going to do that on 148 and on 149. And really, that's sort of my way of doing all of these sort of paragraphs that we do in English, but that have the Hebrew component to them, because I value the English part of it, and I also want it to flow in the Hebrew. So that's how we'll balance it out. Together, the middle of the page. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plans. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night, and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai Tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu, leolam va'ed. Together, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari v'aravim. Together, the middle of 150. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, and on your commandments, we will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו Yisrael. We stand and sing the Shema together, 152. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. You can be seated. The next page, 154. Let's read together in the Hebrew. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen. All right, let's stand and turn to 158. And sing Mi Chamocha together, and then turn and we'll begin. Let's do Hashkivenu too. Yeah, let's do Mi Chamocha and Hashkivenu, and then we'll get to the Amidah. Good. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, Nora tehilot. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot, Nora tehilot, Nora tehilot. Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot, Nora tehilot, Nora tehilot. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot, Nora tehilot, Nora tehilot. Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha. Yeah, that's it. All right, you can be seated if you want. And page 160. What did we do in this key? What did we do? It turns out there's a secret formula. Have I told you this before? There's a secret formula for happiness and success in life. True. Well, that's an exaggeration. But the secret formula is 1 out of every 7. 1 out of every 7. A successful life includes Shabbat. You cannot work 7 out of 7 all the time. You cannot do it. Our work suffers and we suffer. And our relationship suffers and our spirit suffers and gets heavy. And yet at the same time, our work is often meaningful, both to others and to ourselves. We need to work. We need to labor, we need to make the world a better place, and we need to provide for ourselves. So the key, of course, is in the balance. And it turns out you have to work a little more than you rest. But that when you rest, you have to really rest. I call it sharpening the saw. If you're trying to saw with a dull blade, you suffer and your work suffers. There comes a time where you have to rest and renew your spirit and your body and sharpen the saw. So let's keep that spirit in our mind as we ask God to spread over us a shelter, a protection from our obsession and our compulsion to work and our need to work. Gives us a shelter of peace and wholeness even when we are resting, especially when we are resting. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. We skip down to Ushmor. Ushmor tzeiteinu uvoeinu lechaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Ushmor tzeiteinu Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai lai. Together, first the English, then the Hebrew blessing at the bottom of the page. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. 164, let's stand for the introduction to the Tefillah, page 164. Lai 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 Adonai. Lai 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 Batai Tiftach. Lai 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 Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Lai 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 Adonai. Ya la 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 Svatai Tiftach. Ya la 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 Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Good, together on 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imaot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, Leman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah. Turn the page. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Meitim Olata Rav Lehoshia, Morid Atal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Bal Gevurot, Umidom Elach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata le'achayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom, yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. We continue quietly, either with your own reflections or with the rest of the tefillah on the following pages, and join together again at the bottom of page 180. yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom bimroma v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen. One more time. Oh, say shalom bimroma v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen. Good, you can be seated, and let's turn ahead with our spirit and our hearts open from the Amidah to page 371 and offer a prayer of healing for those who are ill. It's one of the things, of course, which makes the spirit heavy is the illness of someone close to us or our own illness. It's one of the hardest struggles. And so to the extent that our prayers and our support will help the others and alleviate some small measure. Whenever we gather for prayer, we try to remember those who are in need of such healing. Healing of their body, their mind, and their spirit. And offer their names directly into our prayer and directly to God to bring healing and guidance through their caretakers. Speedy and full recovery from all that they ail. Mishaberach Avotenu v'Imotenu Abraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rachel v'Leah. May the one who blessed their ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all those who are sick, including. If you have a name of someone close to you, you can please stand up. These will come to you with a microphone. Judy, do you have anybody?
Well, Denise can go.
Go for it. Okay.
C. Roth, Cynthia Wright, Alyssa Dipple, Bruce Adler, Sonia Freitas, Ann Hayes, Paul Hayes, Loretta Harrelson, Shelley Perkle, Deborah Dingle, J.J. Roque, Zabino family, Julie Epstein, and Lauren Wright.
Okay, Morrison Felice Friedman, Katie Adler, Lyndon Steve Ely, Heather Murray, Jerry Jacobson, Linda Jacobson, Luana Bachler, Sandy Lynn Fors, Mark Epstein, and all the people in Ukraine and everyone suffering from natural disasters all over the world.
Linda Ernstaf, Joe Wagner, Sherry Silver, Barbara Frank, Lois Sorkin, Uvana Thomas, Louise Lyon, Sumani Ernstaf.
Alan Schneider, Nina Schneider, and Joe Allen Prince.
Emile St. Germain, Louis St. Germain, and Jim Thorne.
I'm going to add John St. Clair. Anybody else, Judy?
Francis and Bruce Coran, Tanya Hurst, Diana Berger, Ann Moore, Nick Strumpus, Heather Murray, Shelley Perkle, Barbara Whitlock, Jackie Freeman, Don Freeman, Terry Hurst, Daniel Brito, Michael Rabinowitz, Mike Stein, Patty Beeman, Carol Hassell, Diana Hassell, Heather Murray, Arlene Conley, Linda and Stephen Ely, Thule Vintner, Mila Binstock, Shelley Perkle, Heather Murray, John Sinclair.
May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and we all say, Amen. Let's sing. Mi shebeirach avotenu mikol Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu, Mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom. A few of you were at my Thursday class, and if you weren't at my Thursday class, that's okay. I understand. But the reason I bring it up is because I mentioned at the very end of class that that afternoon, meaning this past Thursday afternoon, I was going out to Kennesaw State University to give a short little rabbi piece for the Rosh Hashanah New Academic Year kickoff for the Jewish group on campus, Hillel, coincidentally enough, at KSU. I know the woman, Valerie, who runs the program there, very talented professional. And the goal of Hillel at KSU for the coming 5 to 10 year plan is to become a serious force of influence on campus. KSU is rapidly becoming the largest single university in the state university system. It will soon surpass the University of Georgia in size. It's got tens of thousands of students, yet most people haven't even heard of it. But it's really a remarkable place. And I practiced my speech to the Thursday class that I was giving to the kids on Thursday afternoon. Not really because I was that nervous, but because I was given only 5 minutes. I was told, you only have 5 minutes. So, you know me. I can't only speak for 5 minutes. Come on, that's a joke. No, I can, right? I can do it on the first take. I can speak for however much time you give me. But it was really a remarkable event, and I want to reflect on it a little bit in a few different ways. First of all, there's Jewish life at Kennesaw State. How about that? There's Jews in the South. Like, some people are surprised, to hear, what, there's Jews, they got Jews there? Like, and it's a new emerging group on campus. It hasn't really been around that long. Kennesaw State hasn't really been around that long. Certainly not in this configuration. But it's an incredibly diverse campus. And there are religious organizations for every denomination of every kind of religion you could possibly imagine, as well as dozens and dozens of majors you and I never heard of when we were in college. The work that the future generation is going to do did not exist when we were choosing our jobs. It's truly remarkable. And I was really thrilled by a couple of things. One, from my point of view, it was very well attended. Smack dab in the middle of the week, 5:30 on a Thursday afternoon, to come to a Hillel event. I probably wouldn't have done that when I was in college. Now, I went to a very Jewish place. I had a very strong Jewish identity and a group of Jewish friends. So in some ways, I didn't really need Hillel in that way. But there were like 30, 40 kids there. I was like, all right. That's actually a really good group. And Some of them were brand new, and some of them were part of the leadership. In addition to that, in addition to the head of the whole Hillels of Georgia, which is a larger umbrella organization for all of the college campus services through Hillel in the state of Georgia. He's the former rabbi at Kol Emet, Larry Cernovitz. So he's the rabbi, Reform rabbi, and he was there. The president of the university was there and spoke. Boy, she's impressive. Right? She's only been the president there for a year, but she's been there for 21 years. Her field of academic study is business informatics, computer application of studying business. She's brilliant. And on top of that, the diversity, equity, and inclusion officer of the university was there, as well as the head of the rare books department at their library, because they have a serious collection of Judaica, and they have a Holocaust museum there. So she's connected, and there are Jewish faculty at KSU, one of whom showed up with his high school kid. And so not only is it thriving Jewishly, and not only do the Jews of the coming generation thrive and thirst for Jewish connection, but they're making it happen. And it's really impressive. I felt like these kids are being supported in this important bridge time. See, before they go to college, they're under their parents' sphere. If their parents are involved, they're involved. After they graduate from college, well, that's a whole other realm. Who knows where they'll be? They could be halfway around the world. And they will have their own choices to make, way more than they did already. The college time is really a bridge. It's a transitional period. And it's crucial. Studies have shown your Jewish involvement when you're in college is a vital player in your Jewish involvement as an adult. Almost regardless of your upbringing. If we bridge that gap successfully, we have good news to report. All of that's really cool. It's really nice. And if you ever have a chance to go out there to the KSU campus, it's awesome. What a great place. And this was also very interesting. A couple other little highlights that are kind of unconnected, but I want to share them. I walked from the Hillel offices, and they have a small little house at the edge of the campus, over to the big campus green, which is sort of the center of everything, which is where we did this. It was nice. We did this smack dab out in the open of everything and everybody, blowing the shofar, being real Jewish in front of everybody. It was wonderful. And nobody had a problem with it, of course. Like, it was no problem. As I was walking, I had my long shofar, the curly shofar that I have, and I'm carrying around. 2 different people stopped me. And were like, "What's that? That's cool. What is that?" I had a short little, elevator conversation with them. It's a gazelle horn. They're like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." I said, "It's a Jewish thing." And I did a little toot on the horn, like we blow it for Rosh Hashanah. I'm like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." They're looking at, "Can I touch it?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can touch it. You can't break it." The gazelle smacks each other with it. It's pretty unbreakable. So yeah, it was really, it was just a teachable moment kind of thing, just an encounter that you have with someone who, don't forget, there's lots of people out there who have no idea about Jews. Like, Jews? Are they still around? Right? Like, they have no idea. And it's not their fault. They grew up in a different community where Jews were something they heard about, but they never actually knew someone who, more or less looks normal. The other small little vignette is, I learned, and this is kind of disappointing, and I hope I can maybe help them with this. There's a Muslim student union. And we happened, when we were walking to pass by, I was walking with Valerie and with the student who's the president of the Hillel, walking over to the campus green, and we happened to pass by the president of the Muslim student union. And Valerie said, "Ben, he's the president of the MSU." I said, oh, do you guys do stuff together ever? Right? No, they don't. Isn't that the saddest thing? Here, America. Whatever conflict there is not in our neighborhood. I have very strong feelings about that conflict. I mean, like, it would be a difficult conversation to have. Well, I wouldn't make that my first conversation with them. I would be like, let's break bread together. Let's, have pizza, meet each other. Where are you from? Have a conversation on, I don't know, the history of something. That's something we shared in common. Then build some relationships, and then have a conversation about something that's difficult. But they don't want to do anything together with the Hillel. In short, because of Israel. That's a junk excuse. I'm sorry. There's no excuse. These two groups, in my opinion, just my opinion, not that the Muslim Student Union has any obligation to listen to me. They don't. But my opinion is they have a generational obligation to meet each other. It's obligatory. Otherwise, you're making judgments based on assumptions, and they're always false. We have the same obligation. Anyways, while we were conducting our little Rosh Hashanah celebration, blowing the shofar, the Muslim Student Union gathered for prayer over on the small little hill over there. Now, I don't know if that's where they always gather together for prayer, or if this was some kind of like, well, yeah, you're going to do your thing, well, we're going to, quick, let's get a minyan together and meet over here. I don't know, and they were not disruptive or anything. I mean, it was nothing bad, and I actually thought, once I sort of set my suspicions aside, which, I don't know, there could be, maybe not, I don't know. I thought, God bless America. I mean, this is, the ability to express ourselves religiously is not to be taken for granted. And part of what I felt we accomplished that day was we exercised that right, which is not to be taken for granted yesterday. And so did they. And in many ways, we were doing the exact same thing. I found a brotherhood in that for me, even if they don't like me. That's okay. That's okay. It's not about being liked. It's not about all being the same. It's about, tolerating. And this campus is a really great expression of that. There's incredible diversity there, and I don't know. It was very hopeful. Anyway, all of that aside, the real thing that got me. Have I spent too much time yet? Okay. The real thing that got me was my son, who y'all have never met. But Zamir is a second-year student there, and he's an officer for Hillel on campus. So he's very involved in the group there. Of course, he did all of that. He didn't tell me. Right? I had to find out from Valerie. She's like, hey, did you know that Zamir is going to be an officer next year? Does he talk to me? No. That's totally fine. That's the way. It's the challenge. It's okay. But he's an officer, and I had said to him when he went to school this year, I said, tell Valerie, if she ever needs anything, I'm around. I'd love to help out. I'll do any kind of rabbi thing you want. And he brought it up at a meeting. He's like, my dad could do that. She's like, oh, yeah, great. Can I ask him? So, before I spoke, Zamir spoke. Okay? I'm a seasoned public speaker. Very comfortable in front of people. I'll speak to anybody, any size, anywhere, anyhow, about anything. And I don't have it written out or anything. But Zamir is not quite as seasoned a public speaker. And he had to give a little talk, a little Devar Torah before Rosh Hashanah as an officer of the thing, and to introduce me. Which is like, my dream come true. I mean, this is like talk about nachas. I mean, this is like everything I wanted is for my kid to encourage his people, to bring me, to teach something, that he'll share Torah and I'll share Torah, and the generations, You can hear the fiddler melodies in the background. Anyways, it wasn't really like that, but it kind of was, and it was wonderful. And I want to read what he wrote, okay? I told him, first of all, because I'm incredibly proud of it, and secondly, because it really is insightful about the holidays. And I felt like it's not an exaggeration to say he was really teaching me something. He's really, helping me in my own experience of the holidays, which is intense. And this is what, and also I told him, I said, don't be surprised if I steal that. And I had him send it to me. So this is what he said. I was originally both excited and extremely nervous about making a speech here. And part of why is I think the new year can be a very touchy subject for a lot of people. Like, that's really important for me to hear as a rabbi. Like, I have rabbi focus on holidays, but not everybody does. It's not always easy for a lot of people. People are also both excited and extremely nervous. We look forward to it every year for the fresh start, leaving behind all the stuff we hated about the last year, and we get what feels like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And on the other side, we also dread it approaching because, to be honest, we most likely didn't take advantage of the fresh start. Isn't that great? It's so insightful. We all blew it. We had a chance last year, right? We all blew it. We didn't take advantage. We didn't leave everything behind, and we missed out on a lot of opportunities throughout the past year. We didn't live up to everything we wanted. There are obviously cases of people who do stick to New Year's resolutions and have a good time, but for the most part, I think New Year's is often a pretty repetitive cycle that goes something like that. So I invite you to try and take a new approach with me and take a new perspective. Let's not try to fixate solely on achieving concrete outcomes, but instead let us strive for personal growth, for changing and growing in who we are and not what we've done, embracing every challenge as an opportunity to become more resilient, more compassionate, and more connected to our own story. We've all been there dreaming of the person we wish to become, whether it's reading more, getting in shape, learning the guitar, or learning to cook. This year, I want everyone to try to recognize that regardless of any of those achievements, those goals do not define your worth or truthfully any of who you are. This year is not our only chance to make our dreams and ambitions real. It may be cliche, but it's our chance to embrace the journey rather than fixate solely on the destination. Let this year be a stage where you challenge yourself to change, not just in pursuit of some external achievement, but as a person who learns from every stumble and every triumph. I was like, oh my God, he's blowing me away here. This is great. This is great. I think the passing of time is somewhat hard concept for people to understand, so we measure time in increments that are easy. We measure a day with the ticking of the clock, the season with the flipping of pages on a calendar, but let us measure this year in the turning of the pages of a book of our lives. Every step forward, every experience, regardless of its nature, adds to the chapters of your story. Be proud that you are moving forward. And like most books, there will be plot twists and downfalls, some character development, maybe some tragedy, or maybe a love interest. But no matter the content of this year's book, by the end, you have a pretty incredible story that is unique to you. And there's nothing wrong with failure being a part of that story. It actually becomes more meaningful because you still grew despite the failure. It's only a problem when you let it be the end of the story and you stop there. No one likes a story that ends with failure. And don't get me wrong, I still welcome you to try and start to read more or exercise more, learn to cook or play the guitar, but be positive about it. The weight of the world is not resting on this goal that you set. Yes, set goals, but do so with positivity and joy. Recognize that this year rests in the growth you nurture and the connections and memories you create. Let this year be a time to celebrate every twist, every page, and every new chapter, for each is a part of a pretty remarkable story that is uniquely yours. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, it was really, I was was so deeply touched and so proud of what he had done and of his work and of his message and his spirit and I think I know a few rabbis. If you're in need of a last-minute sermon, I have a really good one. You could probably build it out a little bit and stretch it out a little longer. He was probably given only 5 minutes, just like I was. I just want to highlight the focus is it's a personal one. It's on personal growth. All of us will fail to reach some achievement, some goal. All of us will have some struggle. It's really about striving for change and embracing the change as it comes. And he really helped me. I'm going to try to bring that spirit into the holidays, and I hope we all do. I hope you'll be with us for the holidays, or if not, you'll be somewhere meaningful, you at home as well. If you can come and be with us in person, come and be with us in person. If not, we'd love to have you online as well. I'm sure you've received all kinds of information about that, so I won't repeat it. Shabbat Shalom. Let's conclude the service with Aleinu and the Mourner's Kaddish. We turn in the back of our Siddur to 586. The second paragraph, we have an ark opener. Me, I'm the ark opener. I'll be the ark opener. Let's stand. Aleinu, page 586. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, lateit gdula liotzer reshit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, velo samanu kimishbechot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol amonam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לבני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שנות השמיים ויוסד הארץ ומשה בקרו ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד. We turn ahead for Mourner's Kaddish to page 598. This month we recall the Yortzites for Alfred Goodman, Stella Kata, Herman Altschuler, Carol Lindley, Joe Carmichael, Sadie Weil, Lillian Beres, Morris Ginsberg, Irene Simmons, Michael Davis, Harold Porpa, Misha Frankel, Abram Rappaport, Michael Whitman, Louis Berlin, Michael Bernard, Deanna Schenker, Sylvia Coran, Ruthie Monteleone, Abram Andrews, and Marty Bernstein. We continue to mark Yortzites for those who passed in the last 12 months: Curtis Young, Dave Bogart, Roland Jolin, Mark Commissaro, Janice Teplitz, Rabbi Bob Kersner, and Robert Whitlock. Other Yortzites, anybody commemorating tonight? Oh, thank you. Y'all want to share anything about those you're here to honor tonight? Yeah. Oh, man. Good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Tehei nishmotam tzurot b'tzorah chayim. We pray their souls be bound up in the bond of everlasting life, and their memories be a blessing. Let's say the Kaddish together on 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divra chirutei, v'amlich malchutei, v'chaye echon u'biyom echon, u'vchaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam u'omei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You can be seated. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom if you're joining us online. Thanks, everybody, for coming out tonight. Really, really nice. Beautiful singing tonight. I feel a good Shabbat spirit. Judy, you have any announcements? You have? All right. Yeah, please. We have a few announcements from our president, James. No, he's got, you can use that one. Yeah. No, that's good.
Good Shabbos. Just a few. We have the biggest time of the year coming up. September 15th, that's this coming Shabbat, a week from now, is a Rev Rosh Hashanah. September 16th is Rosh Hashanah itself, as well as a luncheon we're getting together. Is going to be fun. Please contact Wendy Fine for getting us together. It's going to be fun to get back together like it was pre-COVID times. Sunday, Tashlich is going to be out here, the 17th. And as always, thank you, Officer Breyer, for keeping us safe tonight. Every other night, he puts on his uniform, making us feel welcome and warm to come here. And I look forward to seeing all of you here or virtually for this big, exciting time of the year. Thank you very much.
Please join us for Kiddush and a little oneg in the social hall. I think that's it. Shabbat shalom.